Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and distinguished guests, hello everybody. It's an honor to me to present my study today at the Borobudur International Symposium 2023, and an event that brings together brilliant minds and innovation ideas from around the world. I'm Elinda Umisara, and alongside my colleagues, Rizki, Yono, and Patria, Yulida, Augustine, we present the Department of Indonesian Language and Literature Education Study at Universitas Muhadi Setiabudi in Brebes, Regency, Central Java Province. Our research conducting about exploring psychological factors affecting children's writing anxiety in university level delves into the challenges students face and the writing expression. Today, we share our finding drawn from the rich educational landscape of the Regency. Okay, in this part, I have four contents. The first is about the background of the problem. The second is method. The third is results. And the fourth is about the conclusion. Okay, writing skills have become necessary skill in the global literacy community. Writing is a skill that has several components, such as organization, logical development of idea, grammar, punctuation, spelling, mechanics, style, and quality of expression. Various kinds of those components make the someone experience anxiety in writing, especially for the foreign language learner or second language learner. Considering teaching English as foreign language in classroom based on the researchers' observation and English lecture statement, there are some problems. Yes, there are some problems in learning writing. One of them is anxiety. Anxiety problem when the students have perceptions about the way in learning English, like students confused and frustrated and emotional. For example, students who have difficulty in answering questions for fear of making mistakes tend to inability problems to do their work, while personal behavior that arise can be identified through students' attitude, like doubt about their ability and willingness to make eye contact with the lecturer or with their peers, fear of examination, assignment, subject, and other activities related to the learning writing. This happens because anxiety overwhelms their brain. It can lead to the negative aspect of the decreases of low motivation and confidence of students in the learning process. It also supported by the MK 2019 and Purba 2019. That anxiety is related to difficulty in focusing on the subject matter and the class or in the learning activities. So, based on this problem, the researchers was connected to explore the psychological factors affecting the students' anxiety in university level. Connecting to this research study use a case study as a qualitative approach, which focus on purposive strategy by selecting the participant in Universitas Muhadi Setiabudi, Brebes Regency, Central Java Province. There are 32 students of management department are participants in this research, which consists of 14 male and 18 female. There are also 4 instruments for the study. The first is observation set, open-ended questionnaire. The third is interview guidelines, and the fourth is document, which consists of photos, students' worksheet, data recording, and student sitting arrangement. To produce for instrument of the study, the researchers conducting the procedure for the data analysis by four procedures. This is the credibility, transferability, dependability, and the last is confirmability. To see the credibility, the researcher confirm the data obtained to the field to the English lecture. To see the transferability, the researcher reporting the data to make it can be trusted. And dependency, the researcher creating the analysis study and documentation. And the last is confirmability. Confirmability was carried out to infer the overall research result obtained by considering the advice of the expert judgment and to avoid biases and the results of this research, the researcher used triangulation to, what is it? I'm sorry, triangulations to bridge the reliability and validity problem. The researchers use investigation triangulation and methodological triangulation. Investigative triangulation is used to avoid subjectivity of the data by the researcher, and the methodological triangulation is used to reduce bias and increase the level of validity and reliability. And the research finding, based on the data analysis from open-ended questionnaire and interview, there were three factors affecting the students' writing anxiety. The first is low confidence in English writing, dislike English writing, and the last, the English writing evaluation. Okay, and the first factor about the low confidence in English writing, it is a board part which contributes to your anxiety and the learning writing, which factor has been indicated as a major component that has negative impact on the writing self-esteem and self-confidence in writing as a productive activity. Referring to this negative self-perceptions about the language competence. Many students with low self-confidence think that they are not competent enough in writing, especially in the roles of the writing English. Definitely, the learners with low self-confidence tend to underestimate their abilities and have negative expectations about their writing outcomes. That made the students feeling not confident and anxiety to face writing tasks. That is conscious of the underestimate inabilities and negative expectation. And the second factor is talking about the dislike English writing. This factor was influenced by two things. The first is interested in writing and difficult to write, which had a negative effect toward the writing activity in the class. Both cases made learners tend to avoid writing assignment since they did not enjoy doing writing activities. And the students with the heights of anxiety considering writing to be an action that it is not useful and even then to be considered a punishment, so that the students tend to avoid because they do not like to do this activity. Regarding to this case, the researchers conduct an open-ended questionnaire to describe the psychological factor was influence students' anxiety in learning writing. And the last factor is talking about the English writing evaluation apprehension. This factor reflects to fear of actual or potential negative evaluation for the lecturer or their peers. Is about talking about the worry about writing results or and grammatical error prejudice. The student who experience writing anxiety will feel anxious about their results of the writing due to fear of making mistakes. Based on the data, the most of the students experience anxiety when their writing result will be evaluated and when doing a writing test. the actual of potential negative evaluations of the lecturer and their peers made the students fear to do writing activities in the class, in which the students were afraid of the impact, such as fear of being tasted by friends, being loud, and getting bad score, which made the students feel insecure, sense, and afraid to write English by themselves. Okay, so connecting to this study, the conclusions to the data, the researcher found three factors of the student anxiety in learning writing experienced by the students. The first is factors of low confidence has negative impact on the student's self-esteem and learning. And the second, the factors of dislike of English writing is influenced by two things, namely uninterested in writing and difficulty in writing English. And the last factors is fear of actual or potential negative apprehension, and providing suggestions for the future researchers who are interested in this case. They can make deeper investigation by considering psychological factor and cognitive factor, which triggering student anxiety in learning writing. Okay, thank you to everyone who has given an attention and time to attend my presentation. I hope my study on this presentation provide insight and inspiration that are beneficial to us all. Thank you very much for your next attention. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.